Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here. Really exciting news for you guys. Once again, we have a brand new Bajheera Warrior Pride themed t-shirts available for sale on Teespring right now until August 24th. This design is absolutely beast, shows off your warrior power, your warrior pride, and I hope that you guys like it too. These shirts are available in men's, women's, and hoodies sizing, so be sure to act now until August 24th to pick yours up. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy the t-shirts. Alright guys, let's get started with this video. So this is going to be my post-refeed arms and shoulders day. And as you can see right there, the refeed was strong this day. This was probably the last time I'm going to go a little bit above my maintenance calories for the refeed. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I say refeed, so right now I'm dieting for the purpose of cutting down body fat and preparing for my second ever physique competition. So what that means is that a lot of times, pretty much every day, I am eating fewer calories than my body wants to maintain its body mass. And since I'm still training hard and eating plenty of protein, I'm trying to not allow my body to break down muscle, and rather it targets fat as an energy source since it doesn't have enough energy to sort of maintain its body mass. So by doing that, I'm cutting out body fat. But when you're depleting your body like that, especially when you're doing a little bit lower carbohydrate, your muscles and you can end up feeling tired, a little bit sluggish, and your muscles end up looking a little bit flat and stringy. So when you eat a lot of food and put a lot of carbohydrates back into your body, your muscles fill back up with the muscle glycogen and you feel better and you look pretty full. Now there's a trade-off to this, is that my muscles are looking pretty full, but I think that you can also end up losing some of the hardness and looking just a little bit softer, like you don't have as deep cuts as you normally do. But this workout was a really fun one for me, since I was looking still pretty full, still looking pretty vascular, and you could still see some of the cuts coming through. So that's really good. I mean, a refeed day isn't something that you want to do every day. You do it about maybe like once a week for me. And like I said, I don't think I'll be going over my calories like I did for the one before this workout. But the refeed day helps you out in terms of your training. It also helps, spike your metabolism a little bit. So you don't want to do that every day, but one refeed a week gives your body a chance to recover, and it's not going to have you put on a whole lot of body fat either. So you get to reap all the rewards of the muscle fullness. You get to reap the rewards of the vascularity. You get to reap the rewards of feeling good physically and mentally. It's like, man, this is what it feels good to train with some food in your system. It feels good. I know there was a comment in one of the videos where the guy was like, man, I have a lot of respect for you, and I really appreciate that you're not just wearing, stringer t-shirts and checking yourself out all the time in the videos, man. You're about getting work done, and I appreciate that. And then, of course, I film these arms and shoulder day workouts where I do wear a tank top. This is like the only day I ever wear a tank top. I have to come face to face with my pathetic arms and shoulders. That's why I do it. But and then, of course, I'm like checking myself out today. But I was proud, man. It's cool to see the progress that you're making, whether you're trying to bulk and you see yourself growing, or you're trying to, slim down and you start to see definition and vascularity that wasn't there before, especially once you get the refeed day in and you get to fill your muscles out a little bit and you get to see, your muscles swell up underneath the skin, and because you don't have as much body fat. That's cool. And so the refeed days are also a little bit of practice for me in terms of preparing for my second bodybuilding or physique competition. Is that you want to definitely cut down the body fat, which is going to leave you a little bit depleted, but before the show, like the week before or even the couple days before, you do want to eat a little bit more so that you can fill out your muscles better, so you look better on stage. So like I said, these refeed days are a little bit of practice for me because I want to be as full and and hard as I can be and dry as I can be, but at the same time you don't want to eat so many carbohydrates or so much food that you end up looking kind of watery or soft. So that's the end game manipulation for me that I get to practice on days like this, and I think this one was pretty good. But like I said, I did usually my diet right now, I'm eating around 2,000 calories a day, which is a low amount of calories by design. But I'm eating food that allows me to feel pretty good and train hard throughout the week. But my refeed day before this workout, I had about 4,500 calories. Now it was still pretty clean calories. I just had a box of my favorite cereal with some chocolate milk, and then I had a bunch of the Quest bars throughout the day and a bunch of chicken and broccoli meals. So I just went pretty ham that day. But it was 5 weeks out, and that's gonna be just about my last big refeed day. I will still do carb refeed days where I change up my macros, and I may even approach maintenance, once or twice a week, just so I can keep training hard and just so I can keep my metabolism rolling, you know, nice, burning fast, burning clean. I always do eat clean food. People ask me like what my favorite cheat meal is. I don't really have cheat meals so much. The cheatiest thing that I think I do is probably at this point is having the cereal, just because cereal is, it does involve like sugar from the cereal. It involves sugar from the chocolate milk that I eat my cereal with. So that's probably the cheatiest thing that I have. Plus the fact that eating the cereal with all that milk puts me at 2,300 calories, which in itself, in one meal, is more calories than I eat for an entire day normally. So I sort of have to figure out how I want to incorporate that sort of refeed, if I want to incorporate that sort of refeed at all. I mean, because I could definitely just do a little bit of rice with a lot of my meals, and that would bump my carbs up while I drop my protein. That is generally how I refeed, by the way. I feel like I'm just sort of doing like one of these stream of consciousness vlogs, but that's how these gym videos normally are. You get to hear me ramble on about my fitness and diet and watch me lift some weights. But how I normally do my refeeds is I drop my fat a little bit, I drop my protein a little bit, and I bump my carbs up a little bit. So my carbs end up being a bigger chunk of my calories for the day, while my calories still remain about the same. And that's by design, to allow my muscles to get a little bit more carbohydrate in them, because carbohydrate is one of those, you know, clean burning sources of energy for your body. And one of the reasons why I drop my carbohydrates is because without that source of fast energy, my body tends to burn body fat for energy. That's how that works. So I bring my fats up a little bit, bring my protein up a little bit on normal days, bring my carbs down a little bit on normal days. And then if I want to do a refeed, I'll bring my carbs up and drop my other macros to sort of compensate for that. But that's a standard refeed day, and I got to figure out how I want to do those throughout my training cycle, so I can still have days of dieting where I am really cutting deep and putting my body in a pretty substantial deficit. Not so much of a deficit that like I can't train, because you still want to feel relatively good for your training sessions. But there is definitely a degree of having just to endure, right? Not suffer so much. I don't think I do a lot of suffering. At least my experience, I don't like to call it suffering, because then you're like, oh no, this is too hard. But no, there's definitely a degree of discomfort that you go through during a dieting phase. But I think it's all worthwhile, especially as you can see throughout the weeks, and you know, sometimes even day to day, you end up looking pretty good. And I think that I'm reaching that point. But there is also the aspect of, you know, wanting to look your best on show day, which is why I think, you know, learning about how these refeeds affect my body, what foods I like to eat, what foods leave me feeling good, what foods you know, make me feel fuller. I think that's all important. And as good as the rice refeeds are, I honestly think getting a little bit of like simple sugar in there on the refeed days actually kind of like helps the carbohydrates reach my muscles better. So all the complex carbohydrates are great, and that's what I definitely encourage if you guys are going for like a, you know, trying to grow or just trying to keep your diet clean. But when I do things like the cereal, the little bit of simple sugar, I feel like it helps the carbs like get into my muscles better, like I just said. I'm not sure if I'm making that up. I'm not sure if in my depleted state, my body is just like, give me carbohydrates, and so it wants sugar, but it seems like that might actually help, so I'm not really sure. But it definitely can leave you feeling a little bit more watery, a little bit more soft, which is why, you know, I don't want to do that refeed every day. I'm like, wow, man, you know, eating cereal really sure makes me feel great every day. Maybe I'll just eat cereal every day, but it probably wouldn't work out that well for me. Unless that was the only thing I ate every day. Just had 2,300 calories of sugar, not sugar, of cereal. That will only leave me with like 127 grams of protein, so probably not what I want to do. But having it every once in a while is pretty good. Look at that, man. I think that I definitely need to figure out some sort of refeed to incorporate as I approach my show. But I think the main thing about this is if you cut down enough body fat, I think you're gonna look good for show day, and that's what I'm pretty much trying to do right now. The refeed thing is just something fun to think about a lot, because you get to eat a little more food, you get to eat some tasty food, and it also fills your muscles out better. I know I've been rambling on about food a lot, but that's something I end up thinking about a lot every day. Every day when I'm doing cardio, I'm pretty much thinking about my food intake right now, trying to think about how I can peak the best. And I think this is one of those things that was an eye-opening experience for me, is that I've been doing so many of my refeed days leading up to my last competition, just keeping my calories the exact same, just increasing my carbohydrates. But I think hitting maintenance is really one of those things that fills my muscles out the best, and that's something that I need to remember going forward. You know, allowing myself to hit maintenance on my refeed days might be a big deal. all I need to do is just really account for that in terms of my dieting days. So, you know, really digging in. And later on down the line, you know, I've been doing a sort of midweek refeed too. I've been doing a little more calories, a little more carbs on Tuesdays. And then Tuesdays and Saturdays are my refeed days. So I have like, you know, effective dieting days on Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that's been having my training sessions be really, really good. My weight is pretty much staying the same too. So if I want to continue to drop weight, I may need to keep an eye on that. Right now I'm 183, 5'11". Looking and feeling pretty good. Looking forward to September 7th, but I know we have a lot of dieting and training ahead of us in the next 5 weeks or so. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble on about food for this workout. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!